Hello students, how are you all? Hope you are doing well. So my dear students, in previous class we have discussed about blood, its components and functions of the blood. I have told you in transportation we will discuss very clearly about three things: blood, heart and blood vessels. In previous video we have discussed already about the blood. Now we will discuss today about heart. So our today's topic is structure and functions of human heart. First I will explain very properly about the structure, then we will discuss about the function. So structure of human heart. See all of you, I have drawn the structure of heart very neatly on the board, and this is conical in shape or triangular in shape. It is looking like this. In this manner it is looking. Okay. And it is observed that it is seen that everybody's heart is like its closed fist of left hand. See, this is the fist, F-I-S-T, fist of my left hand. My heart will be like this. This is the size of heart. Okay, and shape is a triangular shape or conical shape. And coming to the position, the heart is present inside the chest cavity or thoracic cavity, slightly towards the left, just above the diaphragm. See, suppose this is the diaphragm and the two lungs are like this present in chest cavity. Here you will find the heart in this manner, which will be resting on the diaphragm. This is the diaphragm. Here this is the chest cavity, and this is the abdominal cavity. Heart is present inside the chest cavity. Okay, this is the shape, size and position. Shape, size and position. Now coming to morphology. Morphology means the external structure. When we see the heart, it is conical in shape, and externally it is looking like four chambers structure. Okay, four chamber means it will be containing like that walls, or we can say partitions. Okay, externally it will be, and internally also. Both anatomy and morphology will discuss combine. You can, for your level it will enough. So it is containing four chambers, that is left auricle and left ventricle, right auricle and right ventricle. Okay, first of all, heart is made up of a specialized muscle that is called cardiac muscle. It is made up of a specialized muscle that is called cardiac muscle. Cardiac muscle is one special type of muscle which can work tirelessly, means without tiring it can work very properly. Okay, so it is one type of involuntary striated muscle. Involuntary striated muscle. It can work restlessly. Just imagine, if heart will take rest, what will happen? We will die, definitely. Okay, so the cardiac muscle is a muscle which can work restlessly. This is the special muscle present in heart. So when I will stand like this, if my heart is present here, this will be my left side. So I have written here left. This heart's this side is left and this side is right. Okay, so the heart is containing upper two chambers that are auricles, and it is containing two auricles, left auricle and right auricle. Similarly, it is containing two ventricles, left ventricle and right ventricle. Okay. Internally and externally, the all chambers are separated from each other. Separated from each other. There is only connection between left auricle and left ventricle by some valves that are bicuspid valves, that are called bicuspid valves. Similarly, there is connection between right auricle and right ventricle by tricuspid valve. Always question is coming. The valve or the openings. The valve means what? Only it is the unidirectional gate. Means only blood can go from left auricle to left ventricle. It cannot revert. Okay. Similarly, only blood can go from right auricle to right ventricle. It cannot revert. Okay. And there is no connection between auricle and there is no connection between ventricle and ventricle. Okay. The auricles are separated from each other. This, as I told you, externally and internally it is separated from each other. This is called interauricular septum. Interauricular septum. Okay. The septum or the wall present in between two auricle is called interauricular septum. Similarly, it is interventricular septum. I have written in short IVS. Okay, it is called that interventricular septum. Okay, the septum present in between auricle is called interauricular septum. The septum or the wall present in between two ventricles is called interventricular septum. Similarly, the wall externally, internally it is open, means the tricuspid and bicuspid valve is present. Externally, the wall in between that auricle and ventricle is called auriculoventricular septum. Okay, the wall, that is what is called auriculoventricular septum. The septum present, the wall present in between auricle and ventricle is called auriculoventricular septum. Okay, this is the base of the heart, which is little conical or little pointed, and the upper part is called something broad, Okay, heart is a highly pumping organ. It pumps that blood to body parts and to lungs. This we will discuss in a function. Now, coming to the working of a heart or function of heart. See, all of you, I have drawn the graphical representation of working of a heart. Here, at the middle, heart is present, and the pumping of blood occurs among lungs, body parts, and the heart. Okay. See here, many more aorta or that arteries and veins are present, which help for supplying blood to the heart and taking blood from the heart. You have to remember the names. Generally, we know that arteries carry oxygenated blood and veins carry deoxygenated blood. Still, some exceptions are there. We will discuss that. See, all of you. Let's start from the lungs. In respiration, you know that what happens by the process of respiration, blood is purified, means oxygen is supplied to the blood. Now, that oxygenated blood means when blood is containing oxygen, that is called oxygenated blood. That oxygenated blood will be supplied to the right auricle. right auricle by the help of pulmonary vein. This pulmonary vein, this is the pulmonary vein. See, I have drawn here. This pulmonary vein will take blood from lungs and it will supply to the right auricle. See, I told you all arteries are carrying oxygenated blood, but I am telling here pulmonary vein, but telling that it is carrying oxygenated blood. Okay, so all the artery carry oxygenated blood except pulmonary artery, and all vein carry deoxygenated blood except pulmonary vein. So pulmonary vein carries oxygenated blood from the lungs and supply to the right auricle. Now blood reached at right auricle. My dear students, rhythmically the heart is contracting and relaxing. The regular contraction and relaxation of heart is called heartbeat. Heartbeat it is happening, and nearly 72 times per minute. The heart it is beating nearly 72 times per minute. In 12th class you will read heartbeat, rate of heart, everything very properly. Okay, so now blood I was telling that regular when the heart chamber is contracts, that time other chambers relax. Okay, the which chamber is contracting, that chamber is sending blood to other chambers. So when the blood is reached to right auricle, that time the contraction of right auricle will happen, so that the valve present between right auricle and right ventricle, that is bicuspid valve, two-way is there. There are two ways are there. Through the bicuspid valve, what will happen? Blood will reach to the right ventricle. Once blood will reach to right ventricle, it cannot go back. That is the property of a valve. Okay. Now what will happen? When blood will reach the right ventricle, right auricle will relax, and the right ventricle's contraction will start, or pressing of right ventricle will start. Due to contraction of right ventricle, what will happen? Blood will be supplied to all the body parts, various body parts, by the help of aorta, or it is called main aorta. It is the artery, main artery. After coming out from the heart, it is profusely branched all over the body, so that different parts of the body oxygenated blood is reached. Now the blood is reached at the body parts. Near the body parts, respiration will happen, because already food is reached there, oxygen is reached there. Okay, oxygen will reach by the heart, and there what reaction will happen? The cellular respiration or tissue respiration will happen, and in that process what will happen? Energy will produce, and the carbon dioxide produced in the cell will mix with blood, and there that blood will convert into deoxygenated blood. Now when the blood will exist, that blood will be converted into deoxygenated blood. This part is totally oxygenated blood is happening, and this part is deoxygenated blood is moving. Okay, so when the blood is coming out from body parts, it will be totally deoxygenated, and from the body parts what will happen? The blood will be supplied to the left auricle, means once again to the heart for the pumping to lungs. Deoxygenated blood, why it is going once again to heart? Because it will be pumped to the lungs once again for purification. That deoxygenated blood will convert into oxygenated blood by the process of respiration once again. Remember, all of you see, I have written here one inferior vena cava, and another is that superior vena cava. The vena cava here, see, from the body parts, the blood is sending to the heart by vena cava. One is superior vena cava, another is inferior vena cava. From upper part of the body, the deoxygenated blood is supplied to the heart by superior vena cava, and from lower part of the body, this is inferior vena cava. from the lower part of the body, the deoxygenated blood is supplied to the heart by inferior vena cava. Okay, so now blood is reached at the left auricle. In between the left auricle and left ventricle, you will find the tricuspid valve. See all of you here, tricuspid valve is present here in between the right auricle and right ventricle. Okay, here what happens, due to the contraction of right auricle, blood will be supplied to forced to the right ventricle. Now from the right ventricle, blood will be supplied to the lungs for purification, and from the left ventricle, blood will reach at the lungs by pulmonary artery. Again here twist is that the blood is deoxygenated here, still it is called pulmonary artery. Okay, I told you all the artery carry oxygenated blood except pulmonary artery. So it is evolving from heart, left ventricle, and that blood is supplied to lungs by the help of pulmonary artery. So the pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood and pulmonary vein carries oxygenated blood. When I will explain about the blood vessels, I will clearly explain about the arteries, veins and capillaries. Okay, and for this it is enough, means that the functioning of heart for your level. Thank you everybody.